Yo, good day. What in fact is popping at this time? Let me switch to my face cam. How are y'all doing today? I know I'm doing wonderful myself. In case you didn't see in the Discord yet, which I'm pretty sure everyone did, but hey, in case you didn't see it, there's a new event going on in the Discord server. Go ahead and check the events tab in the Discord server, and it'll talk you through it. Basically, you get to send in your project files that I will be trying to fix for the next video on Thursday. Very poggers. Let me go ahead and do one thing real quick. So, fellas, today is a feedback stream, of course, as we do. And that means you guys are gonna get feedback. Boom. Boom. Okay. Alright, yeah, so you guys get feedback. And that being said, submissions are currently closed, but if you want to submit, join the Discord and submit to #feedbackstream in the Discord server at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Yo, Samplifier, what's good? Yo, you're just in the chat. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, today we're doing a feedback stream, of course, right? So, we'll be going over all the sentence tracks first, then the chords, and then everyone else who submitted to the stream. If there's a queue of donation skips, we'll alternate between dono skips and normal submissions. We'll try to fill up about 1 hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours of feedback, and this is for constructive criticism purposes only, so I'm only trying to help. And we do these streams every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Good, mate. Awesome, dude. Glad you're doing good. Hey, good to have you here, man. Appreciate you you popping in and saying hi. So yeah, fellows. Yeah, let me go ahead and open these submissions. Yeah, so submissions are currently closed. Okay, boom. And boom. And boom. Boom. Alright. Of course, your videos are sick. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot. That's crazy, dude. You just popped in and said hi. That's awesome, dude. Much appreciated. Alright, yeah, so feedback time. Up first we have Mr. Safi with Imposter Rhythm Flip V1. Let us go. How was that? Ooh. I like those little like pauses before the kick and the clap. That's dope. Now, I think there's like an element in like the low mids that's like slightly panned to the right, and it's like throwing me off a little bit. So try to get that centered. Yeah. Record proofs. Yeah, this is sick, dude. Jesus, wait. So I think the mix is a little bit too squashed, and I can definitely tell that you're trying to improve this, right? And it's a lot better from what I've heard from you, and you can tell that it's like quieter too, because like this is the max peak right here, which I'm not too sure what that is, but yeah. So basically, when you like mix, right? So first off, let's run through this real quick. Mixing tutorial crash course in like 20 seconds, all right? So first off, put a soft clipper on your master, put it on digital clip, and turn on soft clip. and this will just make your mixes sound cleaner for some reason. It just works. So trust me, do it. And then clean sub. I wouldn't like distort it too much if you want to get like a clean mix, but if you don't, then that's all good. And then when you're like putting all your elements together, you kind of have to like say you have like a I don't know, a few elements like this. Let's get like a vocal. Sure, that one. Let's crank it, right? So if you have this, that's gonna get really loud, but it is being stopped by this thing, so it's never clipping. However, you do want to like turn that down, right? To like a point where it's not clipping anymore. Just do that for like every element, so that it's not like going in the red, and like try to keep it there if possible, and that way you're not gonna have like such a squashed mix. And yeah. Does this work if I put the soft clipper on the master from the very start of the song, like production of the song way before I start mixing? Yeah, I produce with a soft clipper on the master, so like you just kind of like go through the whole thing with the soft clipper on. So yeah, that is my recommendation to you, Mr. Safi. Let's keep listening. I will say that the little like thing kind of gets a little bit repetitive. Like I would love to see like a big switch up and make everything like entirely different, and just go like different flow, different sound, and that way and like I mean like a pretty drastic sound, you know what I mean? Like not like a small like slight variation. No, like a big switch up, especially after like I'm pretty sure this is a 32 bar drop, right? So especially after those 32 bars. Yo, Marco with the 10 euros, let's go. Discord name BS. Okay, got you. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, we'll go over your track right away. Go ahead and send that to my DMs, and we'll go over yours right after this one. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. So yeah, definitely include like a variation here, Mr. Steffi. But yeah, I think overall the idea is very sick, and also you're flipping your friend's song, so that's awesome. Yeah, I mean it's a great tune. I just think overall like the mixing and the variation could kind of fuse, changing up, and then you'd be absolutely golden. All right. Got yours. Thank you, Marco. Appreciate you. Yeah, so let's go to the next one. And up next we have Marco, aka Sickboys, with Nameless. Let's go. Right off the bat, it does sound kind of like compressed, probably by like a limiter of sorts. It kind of sounds like the almond break is being like kind of ducked out. Maybe you have like an OTT on there or something, but some kind of compression is causing this to feel kind of squashed. Or wait, there's no almond break. I'm tripping. It sounds like, yeah, it sounds very compressed in general. I thought there was an almond break for some reason. I think the drop could have been like it really needed like a huge punch, especially with how vibey the build-up was. Like that was a really solid build-up, and it like really built up a lot of hype. But I think that so far the drop kind of under-delivered, and we really needed like a huge punch. And yeah, we didn't quite get that. Section is also too long, I think. like on its own, the drop isn't too bad. It's just the fact that like the context of the drop was so hyped up, but then like it just kind of like lacked a bit. Hey, Greg approves. Ooh. Oh, I like that phone bass. That's sick. Overall, this whole thing is like really mono. Like, yeah, I don't really hear much stereo width going on at all. So definitely look into that. Get some like dimension expanders. There's like a bunch of plugins for width that I could recommend to you here. Like, this is all the stuff that I use for width. I have like a little high-end chorus rack, which basically just does a frequency split. So you have like this, like a parallel chain. So you have one chain which does a high pass with a chorus on it, and then one which does a low pass, and these are like at the same frequency. So like if I put it at 207, this one was also at 207. And what this does is it only applies the chorus to the high end. So if you have like a sub playing or like just like lower mids, then you just have like nice width, right? So that's like one way you can do that. Dimension expander is a good one. Ensemble I like to use for like really huge sounds. I think this would probably work pretty well for your case since you have like such a huge sound. This just I don't really use this that often, but it just like expands what's already there. Ozone Imager is a good one. You can like stereoize stuff. Vocal doubler is a good one too. It's like a mix of like the Haas effect and like chorus, I think. It is a bit heavy on like CPU or like RAM. It just like takes a while to load. I'm not sure which one that would be, but yeah, you just have like this little thing. I usually like put it like this and you get some pretty nice results. And then wider, which does weird funky phase shit. So yeah, those are like, that's like every single stereo method I use. So yeah, definitely look into that. Right, let's go back. I think that I might be tripping, but does it sound like the sub is panned to the right a little bit for you guys, or is that just me? Because like it happened in like the last track too, so I'm not sure if that's me or not. Let me know. Yeah, vocal double creates a lot of latency. Yeah, sure. I don't really use it that often because of that. Yeah, like you've got like a really nice like intro songwriting going on. It's just the fact that your drop just doesn't deliver, and it's so compressed. Just like really doesn't like sit right because of that. So if you have anything on the master, I would just take it off. You don't necessarily need it, except like a soft clipper. Like if you're trying to prevent anything from going over 0 dBs, then a soft clipper is like what you need. So I went over that earlier in case you missed it. Yeah. But yeah, anything on the master or like any kind of like compression that you put like after like a chain, then I would recommend getting rid of that. Yeah, like it just needs so much more punch. Like I would recommend that you like kind of make the build like less vibey. Now that sucks to say, but like it works, right? So if you like reduce the hype on the build, and then how should we do it? Yeah. So right, so you reduce the hype on the build by like kind of like slowing down the drum patterns, maybe like slowing down the little like trumpet thing that you have as well, stuff like that, and then you know, like adding a little pause. I think you already have one. And And then in the drop, like get like a gritty sub bass, or like not a sub bass, but like get a gritty like mid bass, which is something I was gonna like suggest to you in a second. And then I think maybe a bit more of like a distorted sub, and just getting your elements a bit louder, as in like your main tear up kind of bass. Definitely look into improving those, and then you'll have like a lot more punchy of a song. So yeah, try that out. Yeah, the mixdown. I mean, I think the mixdown is all right. It's just the fact that it's so compressed. Now I don't know what's causing that compression, which is the issue, but I think it's your I think you have like some kind of limiter on the master, or yeah, something like that, or like an OTT on the master or something. Yeah. Okay, you have a limiter on the master, yeah. Definitely take that off, because the thing with limiters is they're not like instant, right? So I can't really demonstrate this actually. I'm not sure why I'm getting into Ableton, but yeah, limiters aren't instant. They have like a bit of like time before they they go down, which is why saturators, like a soft clipper on the master, is better, because it's just instant. So yeah. So yeah, dude, your songwriting is really good here. Like you've got that down. It's just like your mix down and your like mastering. Just avoid mastering in general. Like if you don't necessarily like know what something does specifically, then just don't do it. Like you can easily get away with just no master. It's really not that necessary. So yeah. Overall. Yo, Crow's Nest! Thank you so much for the $10 donation. We'll get to your track. So we're gonna do one more track from the non like donut queue, and then we'll get to yours. To make sure it's like nice and even. So yeah, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I got yours. So yeah. Definitely take that limiter off the master. Thank you again. Yeah, I mean, try to make the drop hit a little bit more, a little stronger, of course, and yeah, that's about it. So, hope that helps. Thank you, man. No problem, dude. I got you. So yeah, on to the next track. Let's see, where are we at? All right, we're here. All right. Up next, we have Throw Me with Let Us Begin. He says in the description, my track, please give feedback, thank you. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Netty Official. Alright. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Throw Me, and I make music, like, once in a blue moon nowadays, so yeah. This is my tune. I hope you enjoy. Oh yeah. That was it. Thanks.
Let us begin. Absolutely sick. Really really good sound design. I can't wait to hear more from this here Throw Me man. Truly a masterpiece. Greg in fact approves. So there you go. I'll definitely give this the banger button. Unfortunately, it is very laggy. I gotta fix that. It's like an issue, but yeah, definitely definitely the highlight of this year's stream. So yeah, thanks guys. I really put my heart into it. Yeah, no, it's very apparent. So yeah, well done, man. Crazy shit. So well done. Yeah, let us begin for sure, for sure. All right. Up next, we have Crow with Astral Projection. Let's go. It sounds like you have some kind of like a redux on the or like bit crush or like an erosion on the little saw stack, but it's like the high end isn't quite like tamed, so it's kind of like piercing a little bit. So definitely try to EQ that out, or like not EQ it out, but just like lower it a bit. That is a very nice snare. I like that. Also, your 808 is stereo, and you definitely want that to be mono. The thing about having a stereo sub is sometimes they can phase cancel, basically meaning like, you know, the differing signals in the speakers can like clash in a way that it'll like cancel each wave out, so you just won't hear any sub. So definitely make that mono, and yeah, very important. I think it has something to do with SoundCloud compression. No, I think it's just like in the song for sure. It would definitely be in the song. I had a penny every time Nettie explained stereo, so you'd probably have like 3 pennies, maybe 4. You definitely got the vibe. However, I was kind of looking for like a bit of it, like a switch up of synths, I think. So when you're like going from this section, we've kind of got this like, you know, the saw stack going on the whole time, and then when we go into this section, it's like the same thing, right? So just like anything else you can think of, maybe like a lead melody or like some kind of like different sounding chord stack, you know, or you know, just like a variation of what you've got would really help with keeping this nice and interesting, and also just packing more punch. You know what I mean? And also get like some hi-hats in. Yeah, I don't think there's been any hi-hats so far. Oh, there has, but yeah, definitely. I feel like it definitely needs a little bit more like presence with the hi-hats. What's up? Yeah, I think especially in this part, like the hi-hats are pretty important because you need like the high end to kind of carry through. Now you do have the high end from like the saw stack, but that's not like, kind of like the high end that you're looking for. You kind of want like a separate element for it. And yeah, I think at this point the saw stack gets pretty repetitive because we've like heard it the entire way through now. Oh, and now the sub is, or like the 808 is like actually like phase canceling. You can tell because it's like, it sounds like it's behind you or something, which is like not ideal, right? You definitely want this to be mono. And like the best way to do this, if you're in Ableton, if you have like an 808 like this, what you can do is just get an 808, right? I'll grab an 808 for you. And then here, let's take that one, right? If you're in Ableton, what you can do is you can get a utility, and then you can select here where it says stereo. You put like left or right, and then it'll just grab like the left channel and make that the mono signal, or like the right channel, etc. And that way you like definitely don't have like any issues with waveform stuff. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's still on. My bad. Just distort a sine wave. Hey, you can never go wrong with distorting a sine wave. That's always like just a safe option. So, worst comes to worst, definitely just distort a sine wave. Yeah. Oh, dude, this is way better than the first drop, dude. Why didn't you just, like, why didn't you put that here, dude? This is like 10 times better. Hold on. Hold on. Rewind. Yeah, dude, this is like 20 times more interesting than what you had in the first drop. Like, just better in every way. I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is like really good. Way better than what I heard here. Like, this is, if you're like trying to like save the best for last, don't. Cause see, the thing is, if you hear a song, right, and you're like listening to it, like the first drop is like not what you like want from a song, but then the second drop is, chances are you're probably not going to listen through to hear the second drop. Like, you're less likely to anyway. So definitely just like put this drop here, because it's like so much more interesting sound design wise. Like the drums are like way more interesting. So yeah, definitely a lot better, man. And there was also like a big gap here in sound that I would kind of fill in with like something right here. Yeah, it definitely needs like something to kind of like keep the flow going, you know? And yeah, again, the phasing sub. So yeah, dude, Crow. So you've got potential with this track, right? It's just that the structuring could do some work, right? Because I felt like it got like pretty repetitive, like with this thing. And also, we're like, there's like no chord changes happening really. We're just kind of like staying on one single like minor chord the whole time. It was for a contest in a bass trap server, so I'm kind of trying to win them over. Oh, yo, good luck with that. Okay, well, in that case, hey, look, definitely like do some like variation, like make the little chord stack follow the 808 if you can, like we're just like staying on like a minor chord the whole time, you know? And yeah, again, there's like phasing sub here. I don't know if I said that already, but yeah, like specifically for this part. Yeah, it definitely just sounds like you have a lot of phasing issues going on like the whole way through. So yeah, a good way to check if something is out of phase, by the way, is in Ableton. I don't know if, well, yeah, you can do this in like FL or any other DAW, right? You get an Ozone Imager, which is a free plugin by Ozone, and you check this. So notice how this is completely mono, right? If you start adding width to it, let's stereoize it, then like you notice this thing is like moving up, or like it's like starting to move. So you kind of want like you want this meter thing, this little like dash. You want that to stay like in this range between 0 and +1. If it goes in -1, then you're out of phase. So basically, if it goes anywhere like near like if it goes anywhere past that, then you've got an out of phase thing, and you're gonna like have issues with your sub. So definitely fix that. But yeah, interesting sound design on display for sure. I would definitely, if I were you, copy this drop, put it like here, and then just like make a variation for like the second drop or something. In my opinion, it's way better than the first drop, and definitely also get some different chords in. Like make a chord progression and like play that throughout the track rather than just like the single minor chord. That definitely got very repetitive very quick. So yeah. But yeah, is Ozone worth like the full shebang? I've heard mixed things that you can do the same with stock plugins, but I want to get it. I don't have the subscription, and I mean I'm doing just fine. So take that for what you want. But I don't think you need it really. Usually Ozone is for like mixing and mastering stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But yeah, Crow, this is like a really sick track. And I wish you the best of luck on the contesting or whatever it is. So yeah, good luck with that. And let's go to the next track. All right. Up next we have Muha, aka Greg, in the good old chat with "I Feel" intro. Literally me flipping a sample in a sample pack I have or something. Made some trap after a while, but this time it's orchestral or whatever. Interesting. Go. Yeah, no problem, Crow. I got you. Very noisy high end. Kick is definitely a little bit too intense, I think. A little too distorted. Yeah, I think overall this is like way too distorted. Like, I'm not like a fan of how like overly distorted everything is. Mainly because like, okay, when you listen to like any like trap song, I think like a good example of like the kind of like trap beat this has is like reference like Suicide Boys, I think their name is. Something like that. They're like they're like a rap like duo or something. I don't know. I'm not too educated on their music, but they have like these types of beats. So definitely like look into how they do it and like see like because they're not gonna go this distorted because they're like they would have like vocals over it. Now you don't have vocals over it, so it's fine. But I would definitely tone down the distortion a little bit. Is this like Paulie rhythm or something? Wait. Yeah, you have like a halftime. Man. I don't know if I would put that there. Kind of broke the flow for me. But then again, it's like a trap kind of beat, so it's like who cares? But yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to follow now. Yeah, and like listen to how the session is also too long. Like it depends on like okay, it all depends on like what you're trying to get from this track, right? Because if you're just making a trap beat for like if you're making a trap beat for like vocals to be on here, this would be like way too much. Like this would be like over the top. It would just distract from the vocals, right? But since you don't have vocals on it, I'm gonna assume that you won't have vocals on there. So it's like you can get away with it, but I don't know. I'm just not like personally a fan of like that much distortion. Maybe I think that's just kind of what I'm trying to say. I definitely feel like the second half is like hard to follow because the what's it called? The halftime, right? The little plugin thing. So I would like look into that. Maybe try to get one like a preset that's like feels like 4/4 time rather than like a weird like triplet kind of thing. Yeah. I think you've got a cool idea going. It's like a pretty simple concept, I guess. You've got like a heavy beat going on. So there's not much to say about it. But hey, sounds cool. Nice job. So yeah, I guess let's go to the next track. All right. Up next, we have DM8 with Infaller and Miss Alina Soar and DM8 remix. Let's go. Oh, I remember this.
I see the kind of sadness only viewed in a daydream. What will I find up in the sky? If only I could fly, it'll be alright. I'm never going back. I feel like a winner. I'm never going back.
The vocals are definitely better than from what I remember last time, but they still feel a little bit drowned out. They like what you're kind of looking for is like right now you can only kind of hear the mids from the vocal, right? And so you want to kind of bring that clarity into like the kind of like high mids ish range. So like right now what we're hearing is purely like let me get a little vocal for you. What's it? Rook here, this one.
Here with me. Stay here with me all night.
So what we're hearing right now is like mostly this.
Stay here with me all night.
Not much of this range going on here.
Stay here.
And definitely not like you're getting some of the high ends, but like you kind of need this range.
Stay here with me all
Now be careful because like this range can kind of like hurt your ears, so like don't overdo it. But like you kind of need to make space for the for those vocals to sit. So basically, take out like frequencies from your other elements that kind of occupy like this area, and like
Stay here with
like this area right here, like
Stay here with me all
kind of like 1K to
Stay here with me.
like 5K ish. Try to kind of like EQ out areas that have that, and just like overall, like if you have vocals, you can like lower the volume of like all your instruments like pretty far before it like gets like too noticeable. So yeah. That's my face cam. Here we go. Come on, dude. It's better, but it's like the punch wasn't there. It needs it's so close, man. It's so close. You can do this, dude. I believe. Look, get like here. I'm just gonna make a saw stack here. Okay. Here's how you make saw stacks, right? You get like 69 MIDI channels. All right. Let's do. Hello. All right. I don't have a serum. Here's what you need to do. All right. Just do DM8 or Miss. I'm not too sure actually. I do apologize. Okay. So right. So you do this, right? Boom. You get like a big chord. Oh god. So this is your chord, right? Okay, Mister, got you. Thanks. So. Right, so what you do this, do this. Alright, you got one layer, boom. Next. You duplicate it or something, or you could just use the second oscillator. This is actually way more efficient. Octave up, 16 voices, crank it, do everything. Then get like, I don't know, like a choir layer. This. I don't know. Do something. Turn it down so it's not clipping. OTT it. I don't know. Get a piano or something. You already have like a few good layers for this, so. Hello. This one. More layers. Right. OTT piano. Alright, hold on, let me get rid of this. See how that's already better? And then get like a nice little mid bass. I think that's too low. Get a little mid bass, you know, a nice little init preset. Boom. Boom. This one sucks. Sure. It still sucks. There we go. And then you get a little boom. Crank this louder because it's not loud enough. It needs to be louder. And then you get a little high end chorus rack. And you crank the high end to be like really wide and stuff. Put it here. And then you get a sub. I did this wrong. It's fine. And then boom. I'm gonna just like make a full saw stack here because see this is crucial. Oh shit, yo Zyron with the $10. Say you a track on Discord. I hope you enjoy. Discord name is yo awesome. Thank you so much Zyron. I appreciate you. We'll go over your track. Yeah, we'll go over your track right after this one. Thank you so much, man. Much appreciated. But yeah. We got a nice little sub going. Thank you for the $10 again. Appreciate you. Alright, boom. There you go. You know, like now it's huge. Now it sounds massive. And like you'd like obviously improve this, add some reverb, stuff like that. You know, like this is pretty bad right now. But now it sounds massive, beautiful, right? It sounds great. So what you need to do, DM8, Mr. DM8, is just take this advice, amplify it, make it like massive. Just add add layers. Never take away. I'll always add, and then like you know make it sit nice. I trust in your abilities, of course, and you know. And then you got a nice like you know cranked thing. So definitely do that. Yeah, now the vocals are like being kind of drowned out again. And that's kind of because like your other elements are sitting in the same range as your vocal. So what I would do in your situation here is just kind of like take every volume and just kind of like lower it just a tad, like 2 dBs or something, maybe 3. And then that way you're like creating room, and it's not really gonna sound like too different. Like the loudness isn't really gonna matter. So, yeah. Now on Spinning Records. Like, oh, it's tough because like I said this last time, and like the songwriting is awesome. I love the songwriting. Like you're doing a great job there. It's just the mixing is like really what's holding you back here, or like the mix. I guess the mixing and like the power of the drop. So definitely like yeah, like you really need to make room for the vocal is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And also your little synth that goes like do 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 do. Oh shit! Oh, it didn't even go through yet. Yo, Blue Jam with the $10. Let's go. How about 2 donations? Whoa, let's go. Can you say this in Dutch, please? Let me like calculate. I'm rusty, okay? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not too sure how I would translate that. Wat denk je van 2 donaties? How about that? Wat denk je van 2 donaties? Look, it's the best I can do. Look, it took me a second, all right? Cause see, I live in America, so it's like, hey, look, can you blame me? You know. Right. check DMs. Got it. Thank you so much, Blue Jam. I really appreciate you. Yeah, we'll go over your track. So we got a donation, so we'll go over that one. Then we'll go over like a non-dono queue, and then we'll go to your track. So thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, definitely make some room in your track. Bottom line. I think the dry wet on like your reverbs are like a bit too much as well. Kind of like it's like kind of like causing like a huge like crowd of like just like frequencies that are like all in the same range, and so it gets like too crowded. So definitely just like turn down the wet of your yeah. Yeah, same issues as like the first time I commented on it. Like the drop itself, like just on its own, isn't bad. It's just like it needs that impact. Can't emphasize it enough. But yeah, DM8. Like I said it all last time. I mean, like this has such huge potential. It just really needs that punch. And like shoot me like a DM with this track. Like after you've kind of like tried to get like a saw stack going. I want to see how you like do this, because this has like massive potentials. Shoot me a DM for sure, and we'll just go over it, you know, and we'll get this sorted out, because it's so close. It has huge potential. So that being said, DM8. Very cool track. Almost there, so close, and it's bothering me for like I'm on your side here. So yeah, definitely send it to me. No problem, DM8. I got you. All right. Up next we have Zyron with Sugar Rush. Work in progress. Let's go. Definitely some out of key notes there. So your sub is staying on one single note, and the rest is kind of like evolving with it. So like your bass line is just staying static, but like your chords are like changing. So make sure your sub follows like the rest, and then it'll like help with like the actual chord progression. I guess it is kind of progressing. Also, that snare is like out of beat there. So this part works, but I want to like make sure you like understand why it works, right? Because so you've got some issues with like out of key notes, but I want to explain why this part does work, and that's because like your main like melody thing is like a chord stack, right? And you're like transposing that about. So the reason that works is because your bass line is in key, and so when you have like a chord stack like that, you can get away with it. This is like really common with like rave stabs and stuff, and that's why this works. Yeah, definitely want to make sure you get that. You've got some clipping going on with that like vocal thing. Yeah, like those notes are like all out of key. Like not all out of key, but like a lot of those notes are out of key. That like dun 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 dun, dun is out of key, for example. like it's kind of hard to say because like see you've got like this like rave stab major chord thing, right? Like this thing in the drop, but then like I think you're like following like a separate scale, like just you know separately, right? So when you do a drop with these kinds of chords, you have to make sure that each note that you place follows whatever chord is currently playing. So if I have like a G major chord, for example, like you would have to have all the notes in a G major scale that follow that. But then if you like switch to like a, I don't know, like an F minor chord or something, then you would follow every single F minor note, right? Why you say all my notes are out of key? Well, look, obviously I don't mean to like offend you, right? Like because I'm trying to help you out here, but they do sound like they are out of key. Some of them are out of key. It's not like all of them are out of key, but you know, I hope I didn't like offend you or anything because that's the last thing I ever want to do, right? But you know, like I'm trying to like convey to you that hey, your notes, a lot of them are wrong, and it's causing this to sound very off-putting, right? So I'm trying to convey that to you. Yeah, now we've got some clashing chords. So like you have like a separate kind of like patch going on, and that's like playing like its own chord progression over top of like the already existing one that you have. I would just take away the little like saw wave like major chord thing that you have and just let the piano play out right here, because we kind of want a break from like the this thing. So I think doing that will help. I like the idea so far. It's just that the notes are like out of key a lot, so like they just put me off, and that's what's causing me to like not like that's causing that's causing this song to not reach its full potential is what I'm trying to say. I think the notes are out of key because I write melodies by humming them into pitch finder. Oh yeah, no, just go by ear. Like, look, there's a thing, right? Something can be correct on paper but still sound really bad. Like you like, I can't really think of any examples right now, but like it'll tell you that like one pitch is right, but like it might not work in context. Always go by ear. Like your ears are like the best things you've got for your music. So like if something sounds off, then always just assume that it is off. Like, and then like, you know, if someone tells you otherwise, then okay, fair enough. But you know, yeah. I think this section kind of this like one note thing kind of goes on for like too long. Definitely like shorten it up a little bit. This is a nice section. I like this. There's also some like drum loops that are like out of time here. So I think maybe like dragged in like a loop of sorts, and then like I can't tell exactly what's like going out of time. But if something is like not in like the correct BPM, then definitely warp it so that it is, or like time stretch it for whatever DAW you use. really base the key off your subnote. Yes, do that. Wise words. So yeah, dude. Like, the idea is definitely there, and the mix down is a lot better than like what you had the last time I heard like your music. This is definitely a lot better than that. And like you are improving, and I think once you've got like your keys, like key signatures figured out, you'll be golden, and you'll be making like really good music in no time. So yeah, it has potential. It definitely just needs to really like be in key and stuff, and overall just like feel a little bit more yeah, you get the point. So another thing, if you want me to like just go nitpick, is there is no sidechaining going on right now. So in case you're not aware, I don't know how much you know about music production, right? So like I'm gonna assume real quick that you're not too aware of sidechaining. So sidechaining is the action of having volume duck of like the entire track except the kick and like the snare. When okay, you put a sidechain. Okay, fantastic. Then I would increase the sidechain because you can't really hear it. The sidechain, like, it really needs to like duck to 0 volume for it to be like effective, or like it doesn't have to be like 0 volume, but like just like almost there. Definitely like increase the amount of sidechain, and then yeah, you'll be good. But yeah, Zyron, you've got a cool track going on, and so definitely yeah, you need to be able to hear the ducking of the sidechain for sure. But yeah, once you've got that figured out, you'll be golden. So yeah, Zyron, nice track, and we will be going to the next one. Okay, Blue Jam, we'll get to yours right after a intermission track, if you will. All right. Let's see where we're at. We're at this one. Yeah. All right. So up next we have Mr. Basif with Flatline Work in Progress. Spoiler in description. All right. He says, "Yo, this is kind of ass, but whatever. Enjoy it. Also, I was originally inspired by the song you made in Friday VC last week, and this happened. Haha. Also, bonus points if you get the image and the vocal sample reference." the fuck one. So it's funny because it's the dog that and the dog goes and the dog says fuck. He says the fuck word. F4. Yeah. Dog funny. Yes. I like that drum loop. So something is definitely too wide here, and I can't really pinpoint it, but there's like an element that has too much width to it, and it's kind of causing a little bit of like a slight phasing issue. So definitely try to like turn down the width on like an element that you know has a lot of width. But yeah, this is sick. And also the clap is like too like thin sounding, so it doesn't have like enough like lows and low mids to really like punch through. I see what you're trying to do, but you really need like a snare that has like a lot of like lows and mids for that to work. So if you really want to keep this clap, I would go for like a kick clap rather than just like an only a clap. And I think that like top sustain layer that you have kind of gets a little bit repetitive, so I would like change that up and get like a variation out of it. I mean, yeah, the clap itself is sick. I like the idea, but it needs like the transient and the frequencies to work, I think. Hey, this is the fuck. All right, peace out, Android. That was a very thick sub. I like that. Yeah, this is dope. I think. Yeah, the phase issue is kind of apparent here. So what I'm listening for, right, is like the stereo imaging on the thing, and then notice how it has like it sounds like it's kind of like behind you. That's how you know you have a phasing issue. You want it to either sound like it's like on the sides or like in front of you, but like if it sounds behind you, then you have an issue. So you definitely need to fix that up. I also feel like the kick is like a little bit too clicky. Like for this kind of rhythm, I feel like you need like kind of like a trap kick, and then you like distort the shit out of it and get it like nice and like punchy and crunchy. I feel like that would work really well here, rather than like a clean like punchy kick. But yeah, it's a pretty short clip, and I like this. It's very dope. Yeah, and I think you know the groove is definitely there. I think you did a good job with that. So, intro was really sick. I really liked what you did with this. So yeah, well done on that. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. So yeah, Basif, nice track. All right, and up next we have Blue Jam with Carnivore Test 3000. Let's go. So there's a lot of low mid rumble right now from I think atmospheric layers. Like definitely the thunder layer is like causing that. So especially when the drums come in, you really want to cut that out, like the low mids at least. So that way you're not like muddying that up. Dude, did you get like Ganymede on this track or something? This is fucking sick, dude. Really dope. So one thing to be careful of here, right, is the chord stack thingies that you have, like the that thing. You kind of need to have like a growly or a mid-bass grit layer to it to really make it like work. Because notice how the like basses that you have are super crunchy. Yeah, like those are super crunchy and like, you know, powerful. But then when that comes in, it's like it sounds like too smooth almost. So yeah, you definitely need a grit bass mid-bass layer thing. I think you could use some more stereo in that part, like the dun 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 part. Sounds a bit too mono. Good job on the variation. Yeah, man, this is really dope. Very sick. Songwriting's like on point. What the fuck? We're in like an anime now, dude. That is so cool. That's so cool.
but well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a
Oh my god, no.
and then go back home.
Boy, if you don't get not the EDP sample. Yeah, Blue Jam, man. This is fucking dope. Like, this is... I wasn't expecting that fucking... This section here. Definitely, like, some really, really cool shit. Yeah. Like, my only complaint with that is, like, because I was, like, not expecting it, like, it didn't quite transition the way I, like, wanted it to. Like... Maybe if you, like, kind of capitalized on this section and, like, put it in this intro, it would work. But, like, in this situation, I feel like it doesn't quite, so... Like, you've kind of, like, established this, like, as the theme, but then, like, here you, like, completely switched up. And now I love this part, right? It's, like, on its own, it sounds fucking mint, right? But, yeah, I don't think it quite works in the context just because of that. So, yeah. And, you know... we got the EDP sample with it too, so you know that's always a funny meme point. So yeah, Blue Jam. I mean, this is a really dope track, and has big potential. And yeah, I think just once you kind of like get the stereo imaging fixed out, and like get it like nice and wide, and then get a nice like grid bass underneath like some of the layers that need it, this would be very, very awesome. And yeah, like, I mean, the songwriting is really good. The, what do you call it? Structuring is really good. There was one thing I wanted to point out real quick. So with this section, you have, like, your main, like, gritty, like, bass line, sort of, like, guitar. It's not the bass guitar or anything, but just, like, the bass, like, low guitar. It kind of drowns out the guitar that's doing the guitar solo. So definitely try to get some more excuse me, some like room for it. Give it some room. So, you know, the classic taking sure, that, and then like here, this is gonna sound really bad, but hey, like, this is, oh right, this whole saw stack, right? It doesn't even sound that bad. That's crazy, but yeah, kind of just doing this, just like finding the frequency, cutting it, and putting it on here. Would that ozone imaging thing you use be a good way to see if there are phasing issues? Yeah, it's a godsend, because it literally will just tell you if there's phasing issues. Definitely. Because I feel like the headphones I have make it hard to tell. Hey, yeah, I mean, like, the ozone imaging thing will literally tell you if it's phasing. If it goes over the middle point, like, if it goes past, like, the 0 point and into the -1s, then it'll be phasing. So, yeah. But yeah, like, take the guitar, you know, make some room for it, make it nice and audible, and yeah. I just realized that I wasn't in this fucking mode. Sorry, but yeah, here, like, I did this, so I had like this thing. I found like the fundamental of the guitar, and then cut it, and then put it on here on this layer. Yeah, and then it'll work nice. You get the idea, right? Feedback. Boom, boom. So yeah, nice track, Blue Jam, and let's go through the next one. Alright, and up next we have Japanese with House Demo. Let's go. Do I throw it on the master? Well, if I remember correctly, the issue was with your main, like, plucky bass thing, so slap it on there and see if it's out of phase, or just like if you have a suspicion that something might be out of phase, then look at that, because otherwise you won't, like, pinpoint the issue. the snare kind of gets a little too weak here. Oh yeah, no, we're still in the court submissions, but I think this is the last one in the court, so we'll get to normal submissions. And plus, we started a bit late today, so there's plenty of time. No worries. Yeah, dude, this is sick. And by the way, he says in the description, this is a pretty old demo. It's from 3 months ago, so just a disclaimer from your boy Japan. Yeah, I mean, this is dope. I feel like if you introduce the hi-hat, I'm like completely nitpicking right here, by the way, but if you introduced the hi-hat a bit earlier, it would have like kind of carried the progression a little bit more. Yeah, like I said, the snare kind of gets lost in this half right here. You kind of lose the transient. I think it's like, I don't know. I feel like something changes, but yeah. I mean, other than that, like, this is dope. I don't really have any complaints. Maybe that's like a bit mono, but the groove is there, really well put together, and like, you know, the structuring is awesome. So, yeah, Mr. Japan, very nicely done. Yeah, that's about it. So let's go to the next track. All right. Where are we at? All right. So up next we have 0 Day with Reality Failure V10. Let's go. We're in the normal key now, by the way.
Failure.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Let's go, dude. Dude, let's go.
Failure.
Oh. Maybe a little bit more variation here would be nice, because we've kind of had like the wow 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 thing, like over and over again. So try to like switch it up a bit. Fuck, man, this is really good. 0 Day, you never fail to disappoint. This is so sick, man. Like, this is really well done. I love it, man. Just crispy, like to the point. Just like, guys, if you're not following this guy yet, what are you doing? Here, follow him. 0 Day on SoundCloud. He's like almost at 1,000. Follow him, please. Like, this guy's fucking cracked at music production, dude. Go follow him, because like he's like just really good. I don't have like anything to say about it other than like a slight variation change, maybe like a flow switch up or something. But like that's just nitpicking at this point. I think it works really well. Like, yeah, man, really well done. Like, this is sick. Definitely go follow this man. 0 Day on SoundCloud for sure. Yeah. So, what can you say? Yeah, sick shit. 0 Day. Very well done. So yeah, I mean, that brings us to our next submission. And that is Kestriel with or Stancion with Pablo Rhythm. Read the description. This is the new version, by the way, so you're good. Hi Nitty, this was a sample challenge I set myself because I was bored and I ran out of ideas, so this is basically a basis of a song. Anyways, hope you enjoy. Alright, bet. Go.
Hello in Pablo, time to do some read miei spogger.
Sick. There's definitely too much high-end from that ride, or like the crash symbol in the background. It's too loud in general. But, ooh. Oh, this is dope. Okay, so you had to switch it up vocal, right? What that implies is that like everything should like sound drastically different, right? And that's not quite happening here. We've like when you put a switch vocal, you can't like you have to like commit and like just go all out and make like a huge switch up, like change everything. So yeah, that's definitely not like happening here. So how do you have 3 followers? That's crazy. This is not like 3 follower worthy. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah, so this definitely needs like a big switch up in the second half, because like the first half is fine, but then like it like doesn't like do enough, right? Like it doesn't like change enough to keep it interesting. So definitely like change the way the synth sounds, do a flow switch up, stuff like that, to really make it like nice and interesting, keep it switched up and stuff. And we got no.
Hello in Pablo, time to do some read miei spogger.
I did want to mention as well that in this build-up, there wasn't like it felt kind of underwhelming because of, like the setup for it. So I would recommend just kind of like adding a little like drum fill, like a simple one, and then just like slapping that instead of like this like the huge clap that you have. It's kind of sets it up for like a really heavy track, and that's not like super ultra heavy right now, which is like, you know, I like it as it is. So yeah, I wouldn't like change anything about it other than second half. But yeah. That being said, Santion, this is very dope. Yeah, I mean, it's just a overall cool track. Yeah, variations, and that's about it. I mean, yeah, well done. So yeah, let's go to the next track. And up next we have DJ Nam with Macro Dush. Nettie, please spin in your chair 360. All right, listen. No. Respectfully, no. All right. Oh, fuck. All right, it's still on. So this definitely needs a little bit more punch, right? Right now we're kind of missing some punch. So we've got these like super distorted toms, but then we don't have the like we don't have like a distorted kick to follow up with it, or like any like other distorted elements. Yeah, drums definitely need to punch harder, and you definitely need a more like distorted sub. Yeah, I mean, overall, we just need like more punch from this, and it's not quite there. Yeah, like we really need that punch, and it's not quite delivering. So definitely get that sorted out. All the elements, like other than the sub, are like really just quiet overall. So definitely like turn everything up a little bit, and yeah, I think it'll be sorted at that point. So yeah, very short clip from DJ Nom, so not much to say about it. But yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, let's go to the next one. All right. Up next we have Me in the Corner with Sentient. Let's go. Ooh. I think this part is a little long. That's cool. That was a bit of like a rough like transition from like kind of like a more quiet. You can see from like the waveform as well. Like it goes from kind of quiet to like really loud, like very suddenly. Okay, so a few things, right? First, we're missing hi-hats and crashes. And second, you're like layering a kick with a snare. And now the issue with that is that when you have a snare, snares have like fundamentals, right? So they have like a note to them. And the issue with that is when you layer that with a kick. Let me show you here. So, hold on, let me. Here. If you layer a kick with a snare, you're risking, like, if you look at it from an EQ graph, right? So this, you can see how it kind of like peaks here, right? So if you layer that like kick with a snare, which by the way also has a note to it, here, you can see there, like this thing. If you layer those two, then you're risking kind of like clashing the two. Now here it sounds fine for some reason, but like, yeah, like the issue with that is like you need like a clean, like if you're layering a kick with like a clap or like a snare, I guess in this case, then you need to make sure that that fundamental doesn't exist. So in this case, I would just kind of like do this, like cut out the snare transient and like fade it in a bit, and they have like a nice kick clap. So yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't recommend layering a kick with a snare. So yeah, for sure get that sorted out. We're also missing a bit of sub. We're not really getting that much sub out of this. I'm not too fond of this part because you're like, it sounds like one huge fake out, and like we're not really getting like a drop part, or at least so far, and it's like just dragging on for too long in my opinion. So you really need like a drum beat kind of, you know, like just like you can do a fake out, but just like copy the drums from here over to here. And also I would like to point out that I'm also not like fond of the kick here. It's like too like high-endy and like a little bit too clean. I feel like you could use like more of like a trap kick like this, kind of like that. I think that would fit a little bit better. Yeah, I think we could use like an ARP here or something, or like a lead. kind of feels like it drags on a little too long. Yeah, the melodic content is great. I agree with the Reds, for sure. Just like the needs better execution, in my opinion.
It's us against the world, Alice.
Yeah, like I was confused on whether or not that was a fake out or not because there were no symbols indicating it, or like no hi-hats or crashes or like, you know, none of that to indicate whether or not it was a drop or not. Also, like these like breaks that you have, like kind of break the flow a little bit because they're usually last more than like a full beat, which is like not an optimal thing to do. It just kind of like doesn't keep me in the flow. So definitely like fill that in with like some sort of bleep loop or like a reese or something. I don't know. That's completely up to you. Just fill it in with something. And also just some like variation on the main bass thingies is like would be awesome. You ever gonna upgrade from your gamer headset? Hey, look, I got too used to them, and so I am considering it right now. I am. It is in the considerations. However, I don't know if I should. Cause see, I'm so used to these, and like they work fine. So, I don't know. I'm not too sure. But hey, maybe one day I'll get some new ones. I probably will, to be honest. But I gotta do some more research. By the way, what I mean with like cymbals is like we need some like eighth note hi-hats here, like some not just like the that you have right now. So you nailed the intros, like the midsection stuff, but just like not the drops. They're like they need a lot of work. You know, being cymbals. It could also use some more layers, I think, in the main bass thing, and some maybe like a mid bass to accompany this. We're not really getting any like low mids right now. We're just getting like kind of like very mids and then like, you know, high end, but then like only like the sub and then like no like low mids. So like nothing in the range of like let's see, nothing in the range of like, I don't know, like 100 to like this kind of range here. Like we need like a mid bass for that area specifically. So definitely get that sorted out. But yeah. Yeah, me in the corner, really cool, man. I love the like melodic aspect to this, right? Like you're doing a good job with songwriting, and it seems like the only thing that's like holding you back right now is like your like the way you're like making your drops and stuff, and like your because everything else is pretty good, and like maybe like drum selection and stuff. But yeah, once you figure that stuff out, like you'll have like a really like solid like tracks and stuff, and yeah, definitely like a really solid potential that I'm hearing from you here. So yeah, well done, man. And let's go to the next track. All right, up next we have Kratoa with Fallen Dream. Actually, give me a moment. I'm gonna get some water, real quick. I will be right back. Here, let me put on a song for you guys, so you're not like just waiting in silence. Let's see. All right, let's do this. Boom.
You've had the idea.
That is an ad. All right, yeah, BRB. Alright, I have returned, fellows. Thank you for your patience. Let us get back. Alright. Kratoa, apologies. I left in the middle of that. Oh shit. Alright. So kind of ran up the stairs there. Alright. Kratoa with Fallen Dream. Let's go. Yeah, DJ Num, we got over your track. I like this vibe. I think you're kind of clipping on that Reese a little bit, or like it's kind of like going too loud, especially in the left ear. I think this section might also be going on for a little too long without like any change, so definitely like do some kind of switch up of sorts, or like change something around for this like build-up section and make it more interesting. Damn! Oh man, I love this. That's so sick, dude. Dude, this is so cool. This vibe is so fucking. Oh, this is like top-notch vibes right here. I really like this. I like the songwriting alone just on this like is so just like uplifting, and I fucking love it, man. This is like I'm a fan. I'm very fond of this kind of like just like silly like songwriting. So well done, man. This is awesome. Yeah, and the groove is like sick too. I think this part gets a little bit like dragged out. Maybe you could have a like a new like lead solo or something with like different instruments. You know, just kind of like come in to like keep it interesting. Otherwise, like I don't think you really need this like breakdown section specifically. So yeah. So I'm like fine with the snare or like the clap thing. I think it sounds alright. Maybe you could use a little bit more high end. And also, I'm not sure about that like pitch bend because I feel like that kind of like took like away from the vibe a bit. So like if you want to pitch bend something, I would like do a lead instead of like a full chord stack. But yeah. Oh yeah, we're like clipping on that Reese right there. It's like becomes very apparent there. I feel like this flow is a little bit weird here. Like, like we're getting like pretty like large empty gaps. I mean, it's still sick. Yeah, I definitely wish there was like the flow was like a little bit more like recognizable as something. It's like, it can be like pretty. I don't know. I'm not like huge on the flow personally, but it like works. But I'm just like yeah, kind of iffy on it. I think now there's like too many like melodic elements kind of playing at once. You have like several like melodies playing over top each other, so it becomes like a little bit too chaotic. Yeah, dude. That like the first drop really like just like hit the spot for me. I really like this, man. Like just like really uplifting, really fun, just like happy, good vibes. Fucking love it, man. You've got a really like fun like style. I know I'm all here for it. I really like it. Kurtol, you're doing a great job with your tunes, and yeah, definitely a good job of like just the songwriting is just really like really awesome in my opinion. So change the flow a bit in a second. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to like necessarily tell you to change it because like it's not like problematic or anything. I'm just like personally not too huge on it. So if you like it, then keep it. But like for me, it was just like a little too like fast paced, I think, and like because like it's like the hits are like delayed. It like kind of like threw me off a bit. It was like a little bit like strange. So yeah, in that manner, like I would say like if I were to change it, which you don't have to change it, I would just kind of like make the flow a bit slower rather than like kind of like going fast. So yeah, those are my recommendations to you. But hey, it's all up to you. Yeah. Kurtol, awesome track. Really like it. And let's go to the next track. Alright, how are we doing on time? We are 1 minute 40 in-ish. Alright, let's go for like 3 more tracks, including this one. Nah, we can go for one more. Yeah, we'll go for like 3 more tracks after this one. So we'll go over this one, 3 more after that, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so up next we have 10-byte music with I Miss You. Almost finished. Let's go. Ooh, I love this vibe. Yeah, really nice. missing some low end from that like kick that came in. Definitely like bring that in. Like we're not really like hearing the kick, but like there's a kick because of the sidechain, but we're not like hearing the kick too much. So definitely like bring it out a bit more. Ooh. Oh, we're getting some clipping here. Hold on. You hear that? And it's like in the high end because you're like there's no like sub to like cover it up. So kind of mix a little bit quieter and you won't have those issues. Try to just kind of like lower all the elements by like 2 dBs ish and you'll probably fix it. If that still doesn't like fix it, then you really gotta like crank it down a bit. Also definitely add like a soft clipper to your master when you like take it down, and then you'll get like your mix will sound like 10 times cleaner. So yeah, try that out. I think it's a little bit chaotic. Like there's a lot of elements kind of going on. I think it's only like 2, but it's just like they sit in the same frequency range, so it just feels cluttered. So if you want to have a sustain, then I would like either put it like higher in the frequency range, and like when you do that, be careful with like sharp frequencies, right? Or put it lower and kind of like take it like out of that like high mids range. Yeah. The sound design is really sick, I should add. Yeah, really sick, dude. Like the sound design is really awesome. It's just a mix is kind of like really like crowded feeling, you know, and that's because like you're mixing so loud, and it becomes apparent with the clipping issues, and like that's like a signature thing of like, hey, take it down a bit, you know what I mean? So definitely mix quieter, add a soft clip to your master, and that'll like already like improve like 10 times. So yeah, let's keep going. Hydro check. Drink some water. Yeah, I think we're getting clipping issues here as well. Where you're like doing a good job of like disguising them with like the textures that you're adding now. I think the sub is like the Reese thing is like dipping in volume because of how loud that like sine wave thing is. Might be tripping. Atmosphere, yeah, definitely. Really good atmosphere. Oh. Really nice. So you have some really harsh frequencies, like in the high end, that are like very resonant. So definitely like take those out. They really like they're like hurtful frequencies. So make sure you take those out. It's like that like whistle note thing. That one. Dude, I think once you like fix this like mix down, you'll have like absolutely like this idea behind this track is so sick. I really love like the intro, like that's like, this is like that intro is right up my alley. Like that sounds like something I would make, and so I of course I love it. The drop was this drop especially was really sick for me. I feel like this was such a good, I don't know, it's like I don't want to like tell you what to do here creatively, because like, you know, like obviously you made like a really sick drop here. It's just like I personally really like this drop over this one. So I don't know exactly, like you decide what to do there. I don't know, like I don't want to tell you what to do, but yeah, definitely like I don't know, consider like like taking this idea and like putting it here, because I don't know, personally I really like this part. And yeah, be careful of those resonant frequencies. You hear them, like they're like in the high end. It's the thing. So definitely change that up, or like EQ it out. Okay, cool. You hear it. Awesome. Is this the thing?
Your voice recording was enough. I should hang up. What am I doing? So
No, I don't think it is.
I feel kind of dumb, but I miss you.
Yeah, it's not. I thought it was for a second. You know that meme where it's like the girl calling it's like, and they're like, she cries on camera, but then you know, she sounds like a race car or something. You did think of putting it in, dude. It would be pretty funny. Maybe like if you cut out the part where she like actually does the part, that would be pretty funny. But hey, you know, it's your track, so maybe consider it. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, man, I'm really fond of this drop specifically, and it's really sick. And yeah, definitely fix the mix down issues. But once you've got that going on, man, like. Good shit, man. Definitely let me know if you end up finishing like fixing the mix down. So just shoot me a DM on like Discord or something, and I'd be happy to take a listen. Really sick. Like even though it's just like straight quarter notes, it's just like so like well layered. I love it. So yeah, really dope. And yeah, let's go to the next one. So we're gonna do 3 more tracks. Hold on, let me do this. Yeah, 3 more tracks, and then we'll end off the stream for today. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. So up next we have. Yeah, no problem. Tenobyte. Best of luck. Yeah. So up next we have Toaster Master with Italian Style by Reds Minus, a mega collab with myself. All right, let's go. I don't know about those drums. Those cymbals are like a little too loud, and that clap is kind of weird. So the sub is like kind of weird. I don't know why, but it's like it doesn't sound like very pure. Like it's not like a pure sine wave. So if you have like any post processing on the sub, just take a sine wave and just distort it. Like you can't go wrong with that. Just sine wave, distort it, and call it a day. All right. Yeah, like there's definitely some weird like low end issues here. There's also the sound design is also like way too like noisy in my opinion. Like there's not really any like tonality to them. So I don't know. I can't really like distinguish any like specific like yeah. The way to fix that is if you have like saturation after like a kind of like a high-endy sound, then I would kind of like ease off on the distortion and just like raise the volume instead, so that it's still at that like volume. And again, the mix down here is like kind of the same as Terabytes, so just like too loud, and so definitely mix it a little bit quieter, add a soft clip into the master, and you'll have a pretty clean mix down. Also, that the kick on the kick clap doesn't really have any low end. Oh, and that ride has like really harsh high end. Definitely like EQ that to be a lot less. All right, so be careful with that automation, because there's certain parts where there's like clipping high end, and so the way I don't know, it's like you kind of have to like get like hear it to like know it, but it's like yeah, I'll point it out when it exists. Right there. Right there. Yeah. There's just like definitely like ease off on like the distortion in general, because there's like clipping high end and stuff, which is really like unpleasant to listen to. So. By the way, if you still want to keep the distortion, you just don't want to like have it clip, then here's a little life hack, right? Is let's say you have a sine wave and it's clipping, right? Or actually, this is a bad example. Let's get a snare. Sure, this one. So let's say it is you want to like saturate it. However, there's like a certain part that you don't want it to clip, right? So like, let's say you don't want the fundamental to clip here. You would just like do this. Make it dip before it, and like it won't clip. So if I now isolate it, now this sounds very bad. Obviously, like don't do this to your snare, but just like, you know, as a demonstration. Like, it is now no longer clipping as hard. Like if I now take this off, it'll sound pretty similar. So yeah, that's kind of like how you avoid clipping as such. All right, yeah, let's go back. I think that's like rim shot is like too loud. Ooh. That's this section. Nice.
Italian style.
So be careful with your structuring, because right now it feels a little bit all over the place. I'm definitely looking for like kind of like an ABAC kind of structure, and right now we're not really getting that. We're like kind of just hearing a lot of like just scattered sounds all over the place. Now they sound good individually, I like them, just like they're not quite like structured properly in my opinion. Yeah, definitely a bit too chaotic.
Italian style.
Yeah, again, that ride has too much high end. Also not getting too much sub here. Sounds kind of like there's some like clashing low end. So try to find like a source of like low end and just cut it out. I always have problems with my rides. Well, I mean, like if you're adding like post-processing to them, like if you're getting like, let's say you get like a ride from like Cymatics or something, right? Like they're already gonna like have it EQ'd for you. Like you don't need to like EQ it further. So like if you're putting like extra high end on it, then that's like you don't need to do that, and that's kind of what's causing the issue. So in short, like you don't really need to process samples that much, like unless it's like obviously like there's like an obvious issue with it. Just I wouldn't worry about it. So yeah, Toaster Master, aka Reds Minus, very cool. I think you've got some cool ideas on display here, but just definitely like some a lot of like mixing issues regarding like the rides, the just the high end kind of like clipping. Midsection was really cool. I like the midsection. That was very cool. But yeah, definitely try to get those your subs sorted out, especially. I did feel like there was like some sub missing in some sections, but yeah, that just about concludes that. So well done. And let's go to the next one. All right, up next we have DJ Sneck with Moonstep V2. Let's go. No problem, I got you. I definitely could use some pads here and like atmospheres. Maybe like a piano, just like more elements basically. I'm not sure I'm like a fan of that like snare layer they have. Sounds kind of weird. It's like out of tune. So I'm not sure. It feels a little bit weird here. Like, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like a drop or not. Like, if it is, then I feel like it definitely needed like a build up because it didn't like quite prepare you. But if it's not, then I don't know if it's like necessary to have this long of a like intro section. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it definitely needed to build up there. Cool sound design. That has a lot of high end right there, so definitely EQ that out. And it also sounds like you're using like a lot of like VR presets. Now, like it's fine if you're using like one or two like VR bases. I've kind of like changed my mind on that. Like I realized like it's not that big of a deal, but like if you're using like all VR presets, then I think it's time to like kind of look into doing like your own sound design. So of course, study how they're like put together and then replicate it on your own. Yeah, and the way this is structured is a bit messy. I heard the signature VR growl. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think there's definitely some. I think there's definitely a lot of presets being used here. Yeah, and like the way you like transition between sections is a little bit unclear. Like it definitely needs like reverse crashes and stuff and like impacts and just like more sections where it's like becomes apparent what your like intent is when you're going to another section. Like especially this, like what? Like there was like no transition between that section and like the halftime or like double time section. Also, the sidechain isn't lining up with the cake right now. Yeah, the sidechain here, it's hitting like ghost kicks. So like you've got like the boom ka, right? But then your sidechain is still lined up to be at the dubstep tempo. So like boom ka, boom. So you got to make sure that it lines up with a boom do boom do, you know, thing. So definitely fix that. Oh, that's awesome to hear, man. Petabyte, yeah. Hey, man, I'm glad I could help you out like that. That's no problem, man. That means a lot. That I can do that. Yeah, I think this track is just like, it goes on for too long. Like, it's like 5 minutes, but then like, you know, it's like there's a lot of like repeated sections and like, you know, like I don't think like the 5 minutes aren't like quite justified because there's no like sections that like constantly keep you interested, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like a long drag of like, you know, the same stuff that we've heard before. So definitely like shorten it up a little bit at least, you know. The songwriting is cool though. So yeah, DJ Snack, I definitely feel like it's like too long. Like I said, overall, definitely like eventually try to step away from using like VR presets and stuff, or at least like, you know, if you're using like presets, then tweak some of the knobs, you know, make it sound nice and different, make it your own, right? Yeah, I mean, all has been said. So yeah, for sure, look into those things, and let's go to the next and last one. So up next we have nice. We have Destiny with What? Let's go. Oh, you're in the chat. Good day, Dest. Let's go. So that session is definitely too long for the drums that you have because they're super snappy right now, and like you can easily just like shorten them up super short and like make them nice and punchy that way. I think the drums are also just like too quiet, but the song itself is like mixed too loud. So like the drums are like proportionally like too quiet, but like the rest is like too loud. I think it's more like an appropriate way of saying it. Definitely like lower the volume of everything else because it's like mixed a bit too loud. there's a lot of mud kind of accumulating here, like presumably from like the sub kind of being spammed at that point. I think the structuring is also just confusing because like you're using like the same sound but for like multiple sections, and like when you switch them up it just doesn't like feel like it changed or something, so like the structuring is just wacky. Sub is with the main bass. Okay, if it's clashing then maybe don't do that. But yeah, I would recommend like adding like some kind of like sound like layer this main. I guess for this first section it doesn't really need it, but like here I would kind of add like maybe like an extra layer, and then like here you really need to switch it up and like add some cymbals as well because it's kind of missing those. Kind of like psytrancey in a way, little like percussion-y thing. Yeah, like you really need to like switch them up because like there's also like no transition between the sections, so they just kind of happen, and then I'm like, oh right, there's another switch up. So really needs like transitions between each section, and like it needs to be like clearly indicated that there's a switch up. Yeah, so Dest, lovely picture, and I think the idea is pretty cool. I like that you're like messing with the drum patterns. Very cool. And yeah, I mean overall, like it's a really short clip. Can't really say much about it. I think it's like a little too loud, but yeah, I think that's an easy fix. So just turn everything down like 2 dBs, and you should be good. And that wraps up the stream. So. Thank you to everyone who sent in their tracks today. I really appreciate you. Thank you for all the donations today. You guys are absolutely wonderfully appreciated. Thank you guys so much for chatting and sticking around until the end of the stream. It means a lot to me. So yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. New video out tomorrow. By the way, if you're not aware, there's a new event going on right now where you can send in your project file for a chance to have it reviewed on a YouTube video, which is tomorrow's YouTube video. And yeah, check the Discord server for that. Next feedback stream is Wednesday. Next Wednesday, you can submit your tune at Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you so much. And I will see you later. Peace.